Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Gooners podcast. First of all, I need to thank Deepak and Arun for recording the last episode because I was not available. Uh, so thank you, Arun and Deepak. And today we are here to discuss about the Brighton win and this week's Premier League fixtures. So with me today, I have Deepak with me. Hi, Deepak.
Hello.
First, before we start, as usual, please do like, share, subscribe, and thank you for all your support. Even though we have been inconsistent, there has been uh, good support for what we are doing, and we are really grateful, especially this season. Because after all the years that we have done this, we have started during COVID, and those were not happy times as an Arsenal fan. But the last 2 years have been somewhat better, and this year has been absolutely one of the best um, moment or season as an Arsenal fan in the last 20 years or so. So thank you for the support. Thank you for being with us in all this good times and bad times. So with that, I think we'll get this started. Deepak, good win, but great result.
Yeah, I would say even great win. Apart from Brighton starting the 10 minutes well, after that, I think there wasn't any doubt, even when I was watching the match. I felt that inevitability, like I said in the last part, it feels like we inevitably somehow find a way to win again.
But,
And
but
we
that
should have obviously put the game to bed in the first half itself, for sure.
but that's the thing, right? Like being inevitable is one thing, but then it's not like we are winning like what we were doing at the start of the season. Like we are winning comfortably. We are not winning like, oh, okay, this is we won it somehow. That's not the wins here, right?
Yeah.
Like when we are seeing the game, we are feeling that okay, we will win. And I mean, I'll get back to the starting lineup because that's a very curious thing for me because I wanted to touch upon that. He brought the first 11 back, apart from Martinelli.
Yeah.
He put Jesus on the left, which was for me right now when I'm looking at it, I'm feeling that this is a very um, specific starting 11 that we are putting together for this run of fixtures because
Yeah.
having the players like Jesus who has done this a lot or who has been part of the team doing this at a lot, like someone like Jorginho who understands how to play in these situations, those two, and to have that calmness in the field, to have done this, to have to go through this period that is needed,
Yeah.
right? Is that why Martinelli was left out, even though Saka, even after the game, came out and said yeah, he still felt a little nickel here and there, but
Yeah,
Martinelli was left.
probably.
Yeah.
I think Martinelli's way of playing, right, plays into this as well. Um, he just like buzzes around the field, and you know how he can like help us in counter-attacking as well, which we have seen through the European game. So I felt, yeah, probably if Martinelli doesn't start, he's probably our best first choice to come out of the bench if we are trying to win a game. So probably that also played a part in that. Maybe he wasn't fit enough, and I think yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I was also surprised Jesus starting because I think, like you said, we would go back to our first 11 given that Martinelli has been fit for the last a week or so. I thought, given this is one of our trickiest away games, I expected Martinelli to start, and yeah, maybe that was the thinking Arteta went with, or probably like you said, yeah, Jesus has more experience in this run-in kind of fixtures. maybe that would help us as well, which
But
should have helped last season, but
but
the
that's the
entire
thing,
team
right?
is
Like
down.
last season, we didn't have like these many pieces who knows what to
Yeah,
do, right? Like White has been through a final. Like, yes, White has also been through England, like the whole Euro run up, right? He has taken that pressure. Then we have Jorginho who has done this. We have
yeah,
Havertz who has done this. We have Jesus who has done this. So now we have on the pitch a lot of pieces who have done this. Like Saka is now experienced in being in a pressurized
yeah.
situation, right? And I think that's the difference between last season and this season. Last season we didn't have that many pieces on the pitch.
But last season, probably it wasn't even expected from the players itself that they were in that kind of position, right? No one expected, even as fans. Probably even Arteta didn't expect us to be in that position of keeping out City at the final run. And we were just like gung ho. We went from the start of the season, and we just ran out of gas at the end. We just like fizzled. Like we won 3 games out of the last 9 games. We didn't have enough in the tank. I think this season we have pretty much timed it to perfection. We didn't start great, but we have been gradually improving, and we have probably like this is our best 11, and this is the best way of playing football. Obviously, there might be improvements to make, but this is yeah, we are playing probably the best football in, like you said, in last 20 years.
Actually, that's interesting that you brought that up because the thing is, like, we know that as an Arsenal fan or any fan, we would be biased with our own club, right? Like, but this thing, when we say Arsenal looks like the best team in the league right now, right? Like, is not an understatement. We are not saying just because it's an Arsenal thing. We might not
It's
win the
just
league.
yeah.
It,
Yeah, we
it
might not win the league. It's the stats, right? We lead in everything. It's just the fact that the other two teams are as good as this. We uh, we should know the teams which we are playing against, right? City and Liverpool are probably would like go down as one of the best teams of the Premier League era. Like probably their team, and that's what we are playing against. Like if it was 4 or 5 seasons back, right, this Arsenal team would have won the league in canter for sure. The way we have been playing right now,
yeah.
but that is the standards Liverpool and City are set right now. We for sure we might lose the league right now, which would be like cruel. But yeah, that is the standards we are facing, and hopefully, yeah, we win the league, or maybe it's like another step in the right direction, so that yeah, we would for sure we will be challenging next season after.
I mean, 7 games. There's seven
Yeah.
games to go, right?
So yeah,
Uh,
it's not guaranteed, right? Even right now, yeah. Before this United Liverpool game, even if we had won all the 8 games in a row, if Liverpool had won all the 8 games, nothing we could have done.
yep,
It's just like it would be like tough luck.
yep.
So yeah, that's the standards right now in Premier League.
But even now, I think like the only thing that
Yeah,
I would
even now.
want is like we could have had a easier fixture, but no, we have to go
Yeah,
to we have to meet Chelsea, we have to do Spurs,
yeah.
we
We
have to
have
do
the
United.
toughest run in, right? City has the easiest run in, and you know what they are going to do. They are for sure they are winning those 7 games.
Yep. And Liverpool doesn't have a lot of difficult games apart from Spurs, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be a difficult thing, but I'm happy as a fan. I'm like I said before, right? Like there has been years when I never dared to look up the table. We were eighth,
yeah.
we would be eighth, we would be fifth, and I would not dare to look up. I would not look up who finishes third. I would not know in a lot of seasons who finishes fourth. That's how I was as an Arsenal fan. But from there to now being talked in the same breath as all these big teams is I mean Arsenal has to be a big team. At the end of the day, that is the requirement from an Arsenal fan. We want our team to be the best in the league. So
Yeah.
this is a great position to be, and I'm like really glad that we are here. But getting back to the game, right? Like you said, Brighton did start really strong, and I think Arteta came out during his presser and said like Brighton played a different way than what we expected at the start. Did you? But we did have the chance, like the
Yeah, we
Gabriel
had couple
header.
of yeah, that yeah, like we should have been. probably 2-0 or 3-0 up for sure by 20-25th minute. Yeah, Brighton started well after that Gabriel header. They had 2-3 good chances as well. Not great chances, but
But
they
that
got it.
one run where they did like the zigzag,
Yeah,
exactly like a couple of seasons ago when we were talking about Arsenal, the same zigzag thing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. They are they are probably the best team in the league who can just play out from the back. The counter pressing which we do, we are currently probably on par with City on how we press the teams. And Brighton are the only team who has like troubled City and who are capable of breaking that press and counter press and score goals. That's what we saw exactly happening in the first 10 minutes. They just play, we press as usual the way we press, like all the teams except for City maybe. And they broke out of it couple of times and they gotten into our final third. And we know like what Brighton usually miss as well. That clinical edge or a striker who like just can score the goals. But yeah, so they had couple of chances. They got into our box. They could have scored a goal, but after 10 minutes, right? We just I think we completely stuffed them out. Everything there was nothing. It's like hitting a wall every time they break the press. It's hitting like the wall of Saliba or Gabriel.
But that's the, I mean, we have talked enough about our defense, right? Like this
Yeah.
season, and it's so happy to talk about the defense after years
Yeah,
and years of,
we have an XG of 4 goals in 2024. That's
yeah,
like a
conceded.
ridiculous stat.
Yeah, XG conceded is like four goals. 4.4 or 4.5, something
Yeah,
like that.
something. Yeah,
And the next best in the league is City
it's
with
City.
12.
Yeah, so that
That
shows how good our defense has been and how good the midfield has been as well. Jorginho, Rice, even like Odegaard, he's the one who starts the press, right? He's like as becoming like a pressing machine.
he never stops. And
Yeah,
so okay, but yeah, uh, talking about this thing, right? Like we have to talk about something important, which is the penalty decision.
yeah.
Um, there has been a lot of talks. I think even Lee Dixon or someone
He was
said that,
crying in the commentary that it's not a penalty.
yeah. So my thoughts are, right, like I don't know if it's a penalty because I think I'm biased there, but I want your thoughts because I feel that even though the defender had a touch on the ball, it was a foul.
Yeah,
It,
it was definitely a foul for me. It was 100% penalty. There was no doubt about it. He just grazed the underside of the bar, and he just took Jesus completely out of the picture. If he didn't tackle Jesus, obviously he would have not gone and scored a goal. He could have had like paused or something. So outside the box, it's a foul. So obviously inside the box, it's going to be a penalty. There is, I don't know why there is a discussion about, oh yeah, he touched the ball, so it's not a penalty. So even like outside the box, some player touches the ball and they follow through, takes opposition player out, we give a foul. So why it shouldn't be the case in this case as well? It's a foul, it's a penalty.
exactly. That's what my thoughts were, right? Like, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, outside the box, if it's a foul, inside the box, it's a foul too. And if it's a
Yeah.
foul inside the box, it's a penalty. As simple as that. It doesn't matter if you touch. But would I have said the same thing if an Arsenal player have done that? Probably not.
Yeah,
Like,
and
if
I would have said, yeah, it's a penalty. I have been like that. It's like we usually say like VAR doesn't promote us and everything. Like I've been saying from the first, probably everything evens out at the end. If you are good enough, you are going to win something. If not, we would just complain about VAR, something like that. But yeah, this wasn't for sure like a 50-50 decision or anything. This was probably not, yeah, I can even say Stonewall penalty.
okay, yeah, that's great. But I didn't see it. Also, like there are, I don't know if you saw it that Odegaard was holding onto the ball to take the penalty first before getting giving it to Saka. I didn't see that because I think
Mhm.
for us they were showing us the replay or something, and I didn't see that. Um, but yeah, Saka getting that penalty. Do you think it's very important right now for Saka to? get this penalty, or do you think it should have been given to someone like Gabriel Jesus?
No,
This is
I
not
think so.
this
Yeah,
is not
I think
creating a controversy, but like from a team perspective, because we need that players' confidence and everything, right?
no, that is done. That is at the start of the season we gave penalty to Howard or Odegaard and stuff to get their season started. Right? We know like Saka is our first designated penalty taker, so I don't think so. It should change. I think it hasn't changed from that game which we gave the penalty to Howard. After that, it has been Saka. I think he has taken three or four and he has scored everything.
Yep.
And he looks pretty confident after, yeah. I think he hasn't missed since that ridiculous Euros penalty miss.
Yeah, I mean, he has only missed two penalties in his entire
Yeah,
career. I mean, senior career at least.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
yeah,
don't see anything. No controversies or anything. Saka is our penalty taker. He is going to take, and he should be taking anything going forward. Even if he misses, yeah, it's part and parcel of the game.
Mhm. But the second goal was the best because for me, I mean, as an Arsenal fan, I have always been wary, and I will always be wary of players coming from Chelsea. But
Yeah,
this season, this season, especially that goal when that happened, I'm like, okay, now we have got actually these players we have got it because of their quality and not just because of that they are Chelsea players, ex-Chelsea players. I don't see them as ex-Chelsea players. Of course, they are ex-Chelsea players, uh, but it is also happy. Like I have friends who are Chelsea fans who I kind of like went in like, oh, you call them agents from Chelsea. Look what the agents are doing. So
yeah,
it was a good run. I think in the build up there was a foul that we could have gotten, but we played the advantage, and then it was a good run from Jorginho of all the
yeah.
people. I didn't expect Jorginho to be running to the byline to cut in, but it
Even
did happen.
Arteta said it in the interview. Like I think I was seeing Sky Sports. He was saying, "Oh, I didn't expect Jorginho to be being even there." So, but yeah, it was good to see him. And I like the run from Howard. He just was trying to come outside, like to the near post, and then he went away from dunk. It was really good. It's good to see him like scoring these goals, and he looked like in complete confidence. And he has been our best player, like probably like last 3 4 games. And
Yeah.
this was his best performance in an Arsenal shirt for sure.
The thing is, like, yeah, talking about Havertz, right? Like, we were talking about how he could be the left eight, but
Mm,
now he looks like he is that number nine.
yeah,
Like that run that you say, it is a proper striker run, right? Like what I think
uh,
Van Persie used to say this, like you make two runs, one for the defender, one for yourself, right? That's
yeah.
that's what the strikers used to
I
be. And
would, yeah. But yeah, I would still say he's not our answer for the true number nine. Yeah, I don't think so. Uh, we need like we need a goal scorer who scores constantly 20 goals. Yeah,
mm,
obviously we have scored the most goals, which is good, but we probably need some striker who just pulls something out of the blue. Like in Porto game, right? In the away game, we couldn't create anything. Maybe a world class striker would have done something. Let's say like Van Persie, who just like scores something out of the blue, some kind of striker. But yeah, there's no one in that league right now in the market. So yeah, this is what we have got the best, and yeah, he has been producing great. And the other backup is what Jesus and MKT. We know how they are. So yeah,
but the thing is like what I was getting to, right? Like because I was getting to at this team level, like you see Havertz, we thought he was a eight. Even I think Arteta thought he was an eight,
yeah,
but he's playing a nine right now, and he's doing a fantastic job. The same way, like Kivior, I thought he was a centre back, left centre back. He is going to deputize to for Gabriel. That's what I was thinking. But now he's been used in a left back
yeah,
position, and he's doing fantastic. Same way, White. There has been players like this. So my thinking is that is this team? Is this how Arteta is building the team? Bringing in players with certain skill sets that's going to be useful in multiple positions, and then figuring out which position to use them based on the scenario that we are in.
Yeah,
So
it's
if
exactly what he has learned from Pep. Pep like is playing five defenders in the team.
yeah, that is true. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
so
had like what eight center backs in the City Arsenal game. So and
eight
and
center backs to four center defensive men. Yeah,
yeah,
it was
and
that kind of game.
Jesus used to play left wing a lot for City. No, yeah, most of the games he played left wing. And Bernardo Silva like keeps on rotating from left midfield to left winger to right winger and everything. So yeah, like he has learned from his mentor, he's arranging players who can do play in multiple positions and play like up to the level in all these positions, not just like fill in for the sake of filling in.
So when we are talking about position players who could play in different positions and like actually making an impact, the one person that I'm glad that we signed was Trossard,
Yeah,
because he's like, I mean, I'm not saying Mudrik, like I'm not taking the Mudrik name because to mock Chelsea fans. I mean, I would love to do that, but it it's not Mudrik's fault that he's not performing as best as he can in Chelsea either. But Trossard coming into this team has been one of the best decisions we have made, because
yeah.
he's not complaining, or he doesn't look like some he's hungry. He's not someone who's sitting back and relaxing. Like, and it's not a slag on when I say this, like it's not a slag on Nelson, but like I feel
No,
Nelson.
you can slag on Nelson the way he performed against Luton.
No, but what I'm saying is when you see Nelson, he does have the quality, but he doesn't feel like he has the hunger to be part of
Yeah,
this success. To be part of the to be part of the solution, to make something happen when need arises or whenever he's put on. But when you consider that with Trossard seems to have that hunger. Whenever he gets a chance, whenever he comes onto the picture, he makes that effort, or at least he looks like people keep
yeah,
comparing him to Alexis Sanchez. That's a very tall comparison, but the hunger is what I think the comparison is. Like, he comes in, he tries to make things happen. And this game I loved it because not only did he
yeah,
score a goal,
he
he also
celebrated.
he celebrated.
And he posted a tweet as well. Are you entertained?
And
You,
oh, actually, that's a great thing. I mean, that's not just him. He posted, like, did you see, like, couple of our players also
yeah,
posted? I think
yeah,
White posted the same thing too. uh,
yeah.
I mean, is it a response to the whole complaint about, like, Manchester City game, where people are like, oh, this is a boring game, is that
Maybe,
why
I don't
we are
know.
doing it?
I don't know.
But yeah, coming back to Trossard, right, the third goal was like,
Yeah,
I
he is
thought.
like he looks like a player who plays well when he comes from the bench, not when he starts. He's probably like our Ole for Manchester United. Whenever Ole like plays, he somehow scores goals.
Yeah,
It feels like that. Trossard when he comes on, he hasn't disappointed. Like couple of games, yeah, maybe he started and he wasn't up to the races and stuff. And yeah, but every time he comes off the bench, he probably does something to affect the game, whether he's scoring a goal or doing that assist, giving assist, or even free assist. He has been like a brilliant signing for us, for actually for the money as well. How
yeah,
much returns we have gotten from him?
yeah, definitely. And he's still one of the seniors, but not too
Yeah,
senior. Like, so this is great. I think, like, that is all the goals and the is. I think that's it for the game. I think I don't want us to go into a spiral of, like, praising everything about the game, because we've been doing that all season, and we have a very important stretch coming up. So there will be more to talk about Arsenal from that time. Uh,
yeah. For me, like it's not more about praise, right? It was like how clinical we were in this game. I expected this game to be like a very tricky game. I thought this was one of the games we might drop points. But the way we played, and it was completely outplaying Brighton. Brighton hasn't lost since August, so it's not bad to praise our players the
yeah,
way they played. Yeah, Brighton has lost to West Ham just once, like that to like completely counter-attacking. They drew against Liverpool. They are going to play against City. That is going to be a tricky game for City as well. So Brighton are not an easy team to play at home and even away. But yeah, the way we played, they played well against Liverpool as well the previous week. And yeah, so I think yeah, it's okay to like praise our players.
True. And with the next stretch coming in, right? Like uh we will talk about the to the Bayern game and like other games that happened in the league. But how much of how much of this like is going to impact how we are going to play the next couple of games? As in like we did not uh how do I put this? Like we do not celebrate it like a big deal because we took it up as we celebrated it as like okay, job well done kind of situation, like, and it has nothing to do with the commentary and stuff like that. But how much of this is showing the mentality of the team that there is still a job to do?
Yeah, it shows a lot, right? It's basically like you said, we have learned from last season, from what happened. We are just one more season experience, all the players. So they went into a run in and they couldn't like hold City, City's juggernaut. So they know more how to deal with it right now. Hopefully, yeah, they deal with it this season because right now it's back into our hands. So if we lose it, obviously we'll be going to be called as bottlers for sure. That banter is going to still be there. So how we are going to handle that? Yeah, let's see. But I think we are equipped to handle that, and probably we might.
That's a that's the hope, and I really want that to happen. Like, yeah, 20 years is a long time, and 20 years is enough time for us to win this thing again. But we'll leave it at that, and we'll continue with our discussion about the Premier League at large, the game week this week. Before that, like if you for the listeners, if you want to be part of the discussion, as we always say, please do reach out to us in our social media platforms. We would want to hear more from other Arsenal fans. We want them to be involved because, as we mentioned, this is something that this is the moment of reaping the benefits through all the struggles that Arsenal fan went through. So I would love to have you all in this, and I would love to hear the voices of all the Arsenal fans. So please do reach out to us. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, like, comment, and everything. So we'll continue with the discussion about the Premier League at last. I mean, there was no surprise in the Crystal Palace City game, right? Like the only surprise was Crystal Palace managed to score 2 goals. That was my
Yeah,
surprise. But City just goes onto this mode, right?
yeah,
When the season end comes, they just
the,
go into this mode. Like they were not playing that great. To be honest, like yeah, Kevin De Bruyne was not there, Haaland was iffy, but then both of them come back, and this team kind of goes into a different gear.
yeah. We it's been happening what for last 5 years. So they know just how to win basically. Uh, yeah, and like you said, I was surprised to see Palace like scoring a goal at the third minute, and I knew it's just time when City is going to equalize and score 2 or 3 goals, and that's what exactly happened. It's basically just like world class players, right? So it's inevitable that it's going to happen. Those two goals from De Bruyne was like yeah, it's out of the world. You can't stop those.
Now, he
Yeah,
just goes on to this like uh, I I still remember him as a young player coming into this team and being this
yeah,
frail, thin kid running around. And now, like people are nicknaming him as the Brock Lesnar of Premier League, and I could see the Brock Lesnar comparison.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's just
Yeah,
enough.
he will. He's not. He will go down. He should go down as probably one of the best midfielders to play in Premier League for sure.
Yeah, especially like when David Silva retired or like moved out, I was
Yeah,
like, how is City going to bridge this gap? And no, they
yeah,
literally went a gear up with
yeah,
with De Bruyne. Anyways, next game is like the West Ham and Wolves game. I
Mm.
mean,
Uh, That
Wolves.
was I saw that game. Wolves played, and that penalty decision was like, yeah, it's always. I think Wolves has been the one team who has been like damaged by war like so many times this season. Yeah, every time some contentious war decision happens, I see Wolves as well is the team who is on that side, who is against them. Yeah, I think yeah, they played well. They shouldn't have let West Ham down. I saw that game actually. Shouldn't have let West Ham like into the game in the second half. And yeah, I thought yeah, if Wolves had won, they would have gone above West Ham this game. Yeah,
But I mean, if war is going to screw them up, let it screw them up for one more game against us, and I will be
yeah,
happy. But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
definitely they played better than West Ham is what my thoughts were too in
yeah,
that game. Okay, moving on. Everton Burnley. Do we really have to talk about this? I mean,
no, I didn't see that game. I have
it
no
was
idea.
such a boring game. Literally, it was such a boring game. Like I think Burnley had like 5 shots or something in the whole
No,
game. There was nothing in that game. I was
no,
just
Burnley got a red card again. I think I've been seeing Burnley getting red card every single game,
yeah,
like last 3 4 weeks.
yeah.
Uh, oh,
Um,
Calvert Lewin has scored a goal. Oh, he has scored in 2 weeks running, 2 game weeks running.
moving on though, like Aston Villa versus Brentford. Um, it's
Yeah,
is this Emery's spiral? Like,
bottling. I don't know. It looks like Spurs or Villa doesn't want to finish fourth. Either one of them wants to just finish fifth. They, it looks like that. Probably, it's probably against Emery's downfall by such Spurs seating. Who is going to bottle the bigger? But
yeah,
yeah,
they did have a lot of possession and stuff, but I think it feels like the players have been uh, what do I call it? Run to the ground. Like players are tired, is what I feel in Aston Villa. But
yeah,
I
they have
mean,
a couple of injuries as well. And yeah, did you see that Douglas Lewis going to miss our game? He got yellow at the 90th minute,
I'm so
and
happy.
probably he's their best midfielder.
I'm so happy that that happened because the next game for us is with them,
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, that is one issue out of the way. But but yeah, you can never underestimate Villa, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Fulham Newcastle was also interesting for me
uh,
because like I thought definitely Fulham's gonna pull off something. And then
yeah,
that
like
stupid
yeah.
Bruno Guimaraes scored in like 80th minute or something, and I'm like, uh, for some
The
reason I
day
feel Newcastle.
you do, yeah, it's because of the games they won against us. Maybe, yeah, they have become our like some kind of rivals the last two
For
seasons.
what?
Like
No idea.
just like riling our fans. But yeah, the day I opened that Fulham is the team who is going to take points of Liverpool, they have lost games. Oh no,
You opened the curse. You
yeah,
cursed it. But yeah, but Fulham did play decent, but I think like Newcastle also played decent. I think it should be the other way. I think both teams played bad, and then Newcastle played a little bit better at the end. That's what I would say. But the next game, Luton and Bournemouth, I didn't watch that game. I had
yeah,
no inclination
yeah.
of watching that game at all.
Yeah, I saw the highlights. It's good for Luton, right?
Mhm.
They're taking this fight as close as possible. Hopefully, yeah. Everyone, the Premier League fans wishes them for to stay up at least for one more season, given the way they have been playing, given the resources they have and everything. So yeah, hopefully they stay back. I want Everton to be get relegated.
But that's
I
not gonna
don't
happen.
want ever, yeah, but
That's
it's
not
not
gonna
going to
happen.
happen. Yeah,
But really, I mean that is true. Everyone wants Luton to stay up because I think if Luton gets two or three seasons in Premier League, they would be a good team. Like they would be a
yeah,
mid-table team at least. If we
yeah,
give them another if they get another season or two, I think they would be a mid-table team and not like a boring mid-table team. They would be a exciting mid-table team is what I feel.
Something like Bournemouth.
Yeah,
They will be a decent team to watch.
yeah.
Not like this Everton or let's say even Crystal Palace used to be a decent team. They have been shit. But yeah, specifically Everton. They are the most shittiest team to watch.
You just hate Everton so much.
I hate Everton.
uh, the next game I wanted to talk about. I really feel like at this point I don't know if I should continue laughing at this or like should I feel sorry for them, like Sheffield and Chelsea. Like
I don't know.
I I mean literally Chelsea had like 6 shots. Sheffield had more shots.
Yeah, no.
And the scorers for Chelsea, like Thiago Silva had to score for Chelsea to have that draw. I mean,
I don't know. Chelsea is just like an enigma. You don't know what is going to happen to them. Is yeah, even against United, it wasn't that they deserved that win.
the United
You're
were
watching,
more shit.
yeah, more. It's like complete chaos. You don't know what is going to happen. It's either going to be like banter for us, or it's going to be like a shit day for Chelsea fans. And it turned out to be a shit day for them. How do you even go and draw against the field?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, and the thing is like, but the problem would be that we have to play them, right? Like, and
yeah.
they've
That is
had,
the tricky game. They
yeah,
always play well against big teams
big
away
teams.
from home.
Yep, yep.
So yeah, we have like you said, we have a lot of tricky games coming up, and hopefully Chelsea is not the one who is going to uh, trouble us and make us lose the title like they did for Spurs again the Leicester season. I don't want that to happen.
Talking about Spurs, that was an easy game for them. Like, 3-1
Yeah,
win against Nottingham Forest. There was nothing like
yeah,
impressive
it was
about it.
good for them. Yeah, no one expected them to finish fourth. For
Yeah.
the way they have been playing, it's been fun to watch always for this season. They just go for winning. They don't care about if they concede 4 or 5 goals. They just want to win the game, which is a good thing. And yeah, obviously they are not going to win anything even for the forthcoming season. Like yeah, so yeah, but yeah, they will be obviously in top four. I think they would finish above Villa for sure. Yeah,
But the last game that we wanted to talk about was the United and Liverpool. I mean, it had bigger impact in this week, so obviously we have to talk that as the last game. Um, I felt it was unfair. I mean, I'm happy, but it was unfair that United got some points out of it because I think they played really bad.
yeah, they were so bad in the first half. It should have been over like 3 or 4 nil in the first half. I don't know how like Liverpool came out of this game with a draw.
I think one
Yeah.
of my friend in one of my WhatsApp group, Liverpool fan, was going like, "I hate Darwin Núñez so much," and he
Yeah,
was
he was so bad this game. I think that there was one chance in the first half. He just had to pull it back to like who's that? Soboslai. I don't know what he was even trying to do in that thing. It was open. It was an open
it
goal.
was just you just have to poke the ball to that end. That's all.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I have this
yeah,
group.
good for us. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I have this group with like all United, Chelsea, Liverpool, City fans in it, like all the friends from back in the day. And one side of it, Liverpool fan was crying about Darwin Núñez, and the other side, United fans were crying about everyone on the pitch, like
yeah.
except Garnacho, and they all love
Kobe
Garnacho.
Mino.
Kobe
Yeah.
Mino and Garnacho, they
He's
love both
good.
those.
Like, yeah. Now I can see what the hype about Kobe Mino is. He not just the goal, the general play, how he played. The only one who played decent in that atrocious first half for United was Kobe Mino. Obviously, he missed who is the Diaz for that corner goal, but he looked good. Hopefully, yeah. I don't know. I don't care about United. hopefully this kid like performs well or moves to a better team for his future.
I mean, would you take him in Arsenal if he moves?
Yeah, for sure. Why not? We know like how we are growing, right? The trajectory with Arsenal is moving, and the trajectory what United currently is. Uh,
Yeah.
People are projecting that he might be the savior of the. It's too much pressure for like an 18-year-old kid. He is good, but this is what United fans do, right? They praise everyone. Like, yeah, there are so many instances we have seen. Januzaj, Federico Makeda, everyone. But yeah, the difference is this guy is a midfielder, so which is good, and he has been playing well. Hopefully, yeah, let's see. But yeah, I want Ten Hag to stay with this result. No, no doubt about it.
Ten Hag,
They were so
Pochettino, both
bad.
of them should stay.
Yeah, they were so bad. Yeah, my worry is this might happen to us as well. The Old Trafford, we also struggled historically. Yeah, obviously we have won. Last season we lost against them in Old Trafford,
Yep.
and so yeah, it would be a tricky game from for us as well. They obviously turn up against Liverpool and Arsenal, but for some reason they just bend their buttocks for City and ask them for. But yeah, and it's a penultimate week as well, so it's going to be tricky for us as well.
Yeah. The thing is, right, like, I feel that uh, Liverpool has that tendency of like conceding, right? Like,
Yeah,
apart from Van Dijk being their savior, I think they have the inherent, they don't have that, what do you call it, defensive stability
yeah.
of a City.
I saw a tweet in our WhatsApp group saying there was a tweet shared. So United tends to play well against team who play open football. Right, just Liverpool struggles against United for the exact same reason. Like Liverpool don't have that control. They just want to go and score goals. That's why these matches look fun. But if you see against City, City just pass United to death. That's why they struggle against City. They can't do anything with it. They might have like two or three chances, but every historically for the last 5 6 seasons they have struggled against City. So hopefully that is a thing which we take and just pass them to death and just score 2 3 goals and get it done with. But for sure it's going to be a tricky game for us as well. But yeah, thank you for now to putting us on top of the table.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the transitions always, right? Like, even during this game, I was like, how is this even moving? Like, how is the ball moving that quickly? Because, I
Yeah.
mean, as an Arsenal fan, we do have counterattacks, but we don't thrive on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, United just thrives on counter attack.
Like the
Probably like
ball just gets
historic.
pinged all the way to the
Yeah,
top, and most of it feels like the players aren't controlling that. Like, there was
no,
no
that
controlled pass. It's just like
not.
pings of them is what I
If
feel.
you Bruno Fernandes completely like defines how Manchester United is playing right now. He was so bad in the first, like not even in the first half, even in second half. He was just passing carelessly, pinging here, here. There was literally no control. Just just because he scored that goal, everyone will forget about how shit he was. And Casemiro, Real Madrid completely like conned United
Yeah,
for Casemiro.
I
He
said the same
completely
thing.
lost
Like,
his
he
leg.
was, no, it's not just the touch for me. Like, I think he was in a very good team uh, that kind of like hyped up his potential or
No, he
his
was really good
skill.
in like Real Madrid. But yeah, he was decent last season as well. But yeah, this season, I think he has won everything. He is at the stage like, what is there for me to win more? I will just get the money and settle in my life. He is at that stage. He was like people were running past him like he wasn't even there. Yeah. And yeah, United are very lucky to win the FA Cup tie and this drew this game. Liverpool and Klopp will be like kicking themselves for like losing against United in FA Cup and dropping points here. It's completely on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for us. So we'll
Yeah,
see how this season unfolds further. this has been one of the exciting seasons of all time. So I'm happy to be part of this, journey at this moment. Before we continue, I think like another reminder for the like, share, subscribe, and stuff. But definitely, I think like one of the things is, as this season comes to a close, I think it'll be good as Arsenal fans to, support the team during this next crucial run, more than being a, oh, I want to show off how good I am as a pundit. It's always going to be about like supporting the team in any way possible. So that's something that I wanted to remind to all our viewers, listeners, and everybody. So the biggest game that is up right now for Arsenal, we have to talk about it. We have not touched Champions League much during our podcast, for like, because I didn't want to touch it until we get to a point where it makes sense to talk about it, right? Like finishing in round of 16 and all those things. We have done that. We don't, that's not progress. This is progress, right? Yes, getting back to Champions League is progress, but this is progress from Arsenal perspective, especially all those Wenger years. We know that we were also run-ins. We were never like, the ones who put in effort for, and it is not a slight on Wenger. It's just how the team was during that time, right? Like I love our scene, but it was what the team was at this time. But now we are facing Bayern Munich in Champions League. How confident are you, Deepak?
By given the form, yeah, I'm like very confident that we would get through. Also, the form of Bayern they are in, I've been like, yeah, they they have won 11 leagues, and now they are like 13 points behind like Leverkusen, and they lost against I don't even know which team it was this weekend. Couldn't even pronounce it, but yeah, it's still a Champions League game, and Bayern have that pedigree that they are one of the biggest teams in Europe. So I think we would win this first leg, but yeah, given that the away leg is the second, right? I still feel not like very confident that we would go through, but I think we would still scrape through like what we did against Porto, maybe.
Do you want to
Hopefully,
hear?
yeah, we score 2, 3 goals in Emirates and take a heavy lead against Bayern.
Do you want to hear something really really scary about it though? Bayern Munich, although they have not won the league, they are the top team with the XG creation. They are the
Yeah,
top team with chance creation across 5 leagues, not just in Germany. They are the
yeah,
top team. They are the number one team in XG creation and everything. You know where they are lacking is XG conceding, where they are
yeah.
fifth. I
So
mean,
yeah, we can score. Like we are like probably the better team to stop them. We have like what, like we said, 5 xg in the start of the year, and obviously we are playing against Kane, and that bugger always turns up against us. So yeah, we should be at our best to win this game, like for sure. Not like this game. I'm confident that we would win the home leg, but to win this tie, right, we have to be our best because this probably might have ramifications on our season as well. You don't know how the players are going to react if you lose like to like a 90th minute winner from Kane or something. Obviously, it's going to have a negative effect on you as a person and something. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, we win this game and take a good lead back to Allianz Arena because it's not going to be easy in Allianz Arena for sure, even if Bayern hasn't been in great form.
I mean, especially since I think Bayern fans are not allowed to come to Emirates for this
Yeah,
game.
yeah, for sure
So
we have to win this game at least by 2 goals, like difference. That would be the safest margin that you can take to Allianz Arena and defend and score something and counter attack.
would you put the same team, or would you make changes to it? Like, would Zinchenko start in the team, or would Jesus start in the team, or would you make it a safe thing about like bringing back Kivior and
I would probably bring back Kivior. I think Jesus should start. He has been our best player in Champions League for sure. Even in the group stages, he has been the best player for us. Yeah, I think he missed Porto games. He did come on, but yeah, Jesus has to start for sure. Maybe Martinelli can play the away game given the space and stuff. But this game, it would probably, yeah. As you know, like I don't like Zinchenko, so I'm saying we should bring in Kivior or
Or
even Tony
Tomiyasu.
can start. Yeah, for sure, to give that more stability and take that stupid mistakes out of our game. Right, he's the one who always commits those mistakes. Zinchenko for sure. Even against Luton, he did. But yeah, he did have a decent game against Brighton. But yeah, like Bayern has nothing to play for other than this European League, like Champions League. So obviously they are going to turn up for sure. So yeah,
So
I would stick with the same team, probably replacing Zinchenko with someone like Tom
Jorginho or Partey?
Jorginho. Partey is not ready. I would say he's not like match fit enough to start like a tie of this magnitude.
Hmm. I am very nervous. To be
Yeah,
honest,
for
I'm very
sure.
nervous.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We have been spanked multiple times by that. So yeah, it's nothing to like.
The thing is, like, because also I feel that we don't play our best when it comes to Champions League, not
Yeah,
just Champions League, like any of the European competition, even under Arteta. Because I think we are glad that we had pragmatism when we went to when we played against City, right? We had a pragmatic game there. We did not play our usual game and all those things. That's great, but against Porto, it felt like we didn't play our game either. I mean, there is a lot to do with Porto doing what
yeah,
Porto does, right?
yeah.
But still, I feel that when it comes to European competition, pragmatism and playing our playing our regular game, that balance somehow is missing. Do you feel
I
like
feel like
what
yeah.
should be our way? Like what should be our way to do this? Should we
I
be
think
like,
we
okay,
should
no?
still stick with what we have, how we have been playing this game because Bayern are not Porto, right? Obviously, they are not going to sit back for sure. That is not how they play.
Mhm.
They might change how they play, but even if they change it, I don't think so. They have the team to defend like 90 minutes. They have been conceding goals left, right, center. So obviously, you have to go attack and take like a good lead to Alliance Arena for sure. And how it's going to turn out in Alliance Arena, that is a different thing because their atmosphere is probably one of the best in Europe, and it's definitely going to be tough there. There, yeah, you go back to how you played against City. Just don't give them any chances. Take a couple of chances which you get out of counter attack. So that's probably the tactics which Arteta might go for. But coming back to how we played against Porto, yeah, I think Porto was the toughest opposition, and probably in the remaining people who are there in the Champions League, it would be like even I think we can not beat, we can give tough competition to Real Madrid or City. But the one team which I fear the most is Atletico Madrid because we always struggle against these people who just want to stop us from scoring. We can't find any way to score against those. So yeah, Porto was one of the team I feared, and there was Inter who I feared. They are out, and the other one was Atletico Madrid, and they are the other side of the bracket. So yeah, I think Bayern is a good tie for us given the way they are playing right now, and we should be confident enough to win this tie. But yeah, like you said, obviously it's Champions League. We don't turn
And
out to we
and
do.
Tuchel, Tuchel is the
Yeah,
next big problem for me because, I mean,
yeah,
Bayern players are not playing for their manager, like how Liverpool are playing for Klopp. That way, Bayern are not doing it for Tuchel, but still, Tuchel is Tuchel, right? Like he is good at these kind of competitions, and
yeah.
yeah,
And
but
of course, Harry Kane is there. I'm pretty sure he will score goals for sure. At least he will score a goal, one goal at least in this tie. So it's the matter of outscoring them. That is the only way we are winning this tie. And yeah, we have to win this tie. If we don't, yeah, hopefully it's not like yeah, we have to. Then then after this, we either face City or Madrid. I don't care if we go out at that semi-final stage. But yeah, for all this historical nonsense we have had with Bayern, I feel we should beat them this time.
Yep, and that's where we will leave you today. I mean, thank you, Deepak. Thank you for joining in. Hopefully, yeah, we come back and meet after the Bayern game where we do what
Yeah,
you
this
were saying.
April is going to define what is our season, right? The
Yep,
end of April, we would know where we are.
yep. And hopefully that's a good place where we end up. And no matter what, like I said, please do support the team. This is the time for Arsenal fans being fans, not critics or anything. So this is the time of the season where we should be doing that. Thanks, Deepak. Meet you after the Bayern game. Bye.
Yeah, see you.